I translated on 1 hour translation for an entire week, and this is what happened. Coming up. Hello and welcome back to the Freelanceverse. And welcome to episode 3 of this series on my channel where I translate on a platform for a whole week and see how much money I can get. If you haven't seen episode 1 and 2, you can click here or they're also in the description down below. I've done them on Fiverr and on Upwork. So they were not translation specific platforms, which was quite interesting to, get the hang of it. I was quite satisfied with Fiverr, not so much with Upwork, but in the comments I've seen that the experience is very different among translators on both platforms. So yeah, you should definitely try them out. This week's video is going to be on a platform called 1 Hour Translation. Full transparency, this video should have been about Gengo or Django, I'm not exactly sure how to call it. The whole intro was filmed. I'm gonna insert a clip here. I started day 1 and I signed up with everything, went through the whole process, and then you have to do a test for your language pair. And apparently they have enough German translators already, so I couldn't sign up. So if you're a German translator, don't try Gengo, it's not working at the moment. But if you have a bit more exotic language combinations, maybe you can still try it. You have to do a test there, and before you can start the test, they will tell you if they need you or not. The Gengo video was requested in the last video's comments, so unfortunately I can't bring you this, but let's do 1 hour translation instead. 1 hour translation is actually a platform I've used in the past. I honestly can't remember much of it, and I don't think I got much work through it in the beginning when I started my career. But I remember that I signed up somehow there, but I tried to log in before and it doesn't work anymore with my usual login credentials. So I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to take you along. It is currently, it's currently Monday the 26th of April. So the next time I will be facing like this with this camera setup will be next Monday, already in May then. That's crazy. And yeah, and in between I'm going to take you along day by day and try to make as much money as possible. So let's start right away with day 1 and the signing up process. Enjoy. So welcome, it is day 1, and as you can see on the screen I'm about to Google 1 hour translation to get to the platform. So let's see what this is about. As I said in the intro, I checked with my other account in my other browser if I can still log in with my credentials, but I can't. So, but anyways, I wanted to start from scratch anyways, so let's do that. So I've seen that 1 hour translation is now by a company called Blend. I don't know Blend. Yeah, it's cool to see that they partnered with them. They probably bought them. So it must be different to when I used it. The whole thing looks very different. So probably upgraded it, which is always good. So let's start. Here in the top right, I see become a translator. That's what we want to do. Day 1 is usually a bit longer than all the other days because that's when I sign up, right? So we get redirected to an app, Get Blend. So now we are really on the Blend website. Get started with your account. For what purpose? Translator. Now we need to fill in all the information. I'm going to do this off screen, of course. Okay, we are already in. Now on the left, I see profile completion 10%. So I assume it's going to take long. If you've seen my first videos, the Fiverr one took forever to set up. The Upwork one was a bit quicker, but a lot of things didn't work out. So I'm curious how long this will take and if it will work out fine. So here at top, we have your native language. I'm going to put German here. Your second native language, I don't have a second one if they don't offer Swiss. Oh, they do offer Swiss German. Okay, so let me put Swiss German as my native one and second native German. See if this will have, it's cool that they offer it. The other ones didn't offer that for sure, so let's go with that. Source language, I will add English. I'm gonna add all the different combinations, English, German, English UK German to Swiss German as well, and get back to you in a second. Okay, as you can see, I added all possible variations with my languages. Transcription skills. Yeah, I can do transcriptions. I would say I can do them in German and in English. Okay, already at 33%, so it's going quite fast. Now the resume, ID documents, relevant certificates. Okay, I will upload these now. So I uploaded my CV and my diploma as a translator. ID documents are not required, so yeah, if they don't need it, I'm not gonna put up my ID. I'm gonna upload a picture quick and write a short bio and get back to you once I wrote it and tell you what I wrote. Okay, I added here that I'm a Swiss native German translator with 4 years of experience, plus 4 years. Then I added basically my text that I have in my pros account. Thank you, your application has been registered. Okay, 71% completed, but it seems like it has been registered. Now what? Account information. My phone is not verified yet, so I guess I have to add the phone, even though it's not a requirement, and the address as well. So I'm gonna add this and try to verify the account. Okay, I think the whole signing up process is done. The translated status is now pending, so I'm assuming, wait, I will check quickly if I got an email. Maybe I need to activate the account. Okay, I did indeed get an email. As you can see, dear Adrian, thank you for registering to our platform. We are currently reviewing your application. This is a manual process done by our support team. We will contact you with further instructions soon. So I do hope they accept my application. I hope it's not the same problem as with Gengo, where they already have enough. But I think now with the angle that I also offer French as a source and Swiss German as a target, maybe I have more luck with 1 hour translation. Let me just go back to the dashboard to see a bit how it looks. So your current level novice, of course, I haven't done anything. Well, everything is 100%, but because nothing happened yet, right? But it's a cool dashboard. I like what I'm seeing here. You can see the quality, I guess the feedback, the reviewer. Is an average of the ratings clients gave your translations based on last 50 projects. Yeah, I like what I'm seeing. So I'm gonna wait until I get approved, or hopefully approved or rejected. I will let you know. And yeah, see you on day 2 or 3, depending on how long this takes. See you. It's currently day 2. I'm just quickly filming this on my phone because I haven't heard back from them. So there's no point in setting the whole camera gear up. So I check back in with you tomorrow. Hopefully we have a positive reply by then. Guys, it is day 3. Look at this email I just got from 1 hour translation. Thank you for registering, blah, blah, blah. Currently the recruitment in your language pair English-German is suspended. Oh, I can't believe it. Your application is now on the waiting list. I just looked up what this means, and it basically means that there are also enough translators on 1 hour translation, exactly as with Gengo, the same happened, right? But as you can see, I mean, you're watching this video, so obviously I kept recording, and exactly for one reason, this is real, right? My channel is real. If things goes to shit like now, I'm still gonna show you this. I filmed now like 4 days already combined with these 2 tools, and both of them don't work, but I'm still gonna make this video because it's still useful for you guys to know. I'm gonna figure out a way how I can still add more value to the end of this video. Stay tuned for that. But for now, I'm just baffled. Like, especially like they send it for all language pairs, by the way. So you're really telling me that there are enough French to Swiss German translators on this platform signed up? I don't know if I can believe that, but anyways, like if you are a German translator and probably also French, English, Spanish, probably like the big languages, there tend to be not any work on our translation for you. But if you have a more exotic language pair, you can still try it out. You might still find something. But for me, it's not working. So yeah, let me switch to the other camera angle and show you something else that I can do on the platform. So I'm back to this camera angle much earlier than I thought I would be. Sorry about that. I can't give you a full comprehensive video about Gengo or 1 hour translation. But I thought if we can't use the software, at least we can look at some reviews and see what other people think about it. And I think this way we can still distinguish whether it is or establish whether it's a platform that's worth to explore for you guys if you have more exotic language pairs, or whether if it's just really useless. So let's look into a few reviews. So it should be recording my screen now on the phone. So I'm just gonna type in 1 hour translation reviews and see what comes up. So the first result is from Trustpilot. Okay, I know Trustpilot. It's usually a quite trustworthy review website. So let's look this up. It seems to be a very good review, the first one. 1 hour translation, very good. 1 hour translation is very good. They have very good translators and they verified the translations 3 times. Okay, so this is from the point of view of a client. If you're a good translator, you will receive sufficient translations from them. Trust them, they are very professional. The translators make wonders. Okay. Seems, I don't know, seems almost too good to be true. This is very, didn't expect that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, of course, always take these reviews with a grain of salt. You don't know if this person works for them or if he's paid to say that or if he's really just had a very good experience. So let's look a bit further. There you go. The next one is a 1 star, so you really can't tell a lot. But if there is a lot of 5 stars or a lot of 1 stars, you still have some kind of tendency. So they don't answer after you send the translation. Still waiting for the credits after a week I've sent the project. Not reliable, the client doesn't even answer. It was a 10,000 words project. What a waste of time and effort. September 2020, 10,000 words and they don't get paid for it. That's a very bad review if you don't pay your people. Suspicious. One thing that immediately makes me cautious, that they ask for your ID at once. I've dealt with agencies in my country and never sent copies of my ID. I said this in the sign-up process, right? I said, why would they need my ID? I'm not going to give it. Failed in translation 7 words. That's from a client who wasn't happy. Okay, I mean, these DeepL was used them 2 to 3 years ago and was quite satisfied with the service. This time it was different. 90% DeepL. That's something that really can happen on these platforms, because you don't know who actually works on them, right? So a lot of 1 star, as you can see here on the top, 75% 1 star on Trustpilot. That's really bad. Okay, didn't expect that. Very disappointed. Unethical practices against translators. Pros. It was one of the best companies for freelancers a few years ago. Okay, that's when I used it as well and it was okay. Cons. They do not pay editors. What? But they encourage them to find all possible errors in a translation to take money away from the translators. The editing process is offensive and aimed in reducing earnings for translators, because a greedy editor can simply replace a perfectly good term with a synonym, add or remove a comma, fix non-existent. Oh no, this is one of these cases. I've heard about platforms that do this, that basically pay editors, so proofreaders, based on how many changes they make, which is ridiculous, right? Because if the translation is perfect, you don't need to make a change. That's not a bad editor, that's a good translator, and the job of a good editor is to acknowledge that and not change anything to make it worse. But of course, if you incentivize people to make changes, then that's terrible, right? Because then they make changes just to earn some money. And it even sounds here that the money that editors make from these changes is taken away from the budget of the translators, which is a terrible practice. If this is true, 1 hour translation, that's not a nice practice. You should change that. That would definitely put me off working with the platform. But of course, I don't know if it's true. It's just a comment. Banned from pros because of their conduct. What? No, that can't be. Let me check that quickly. Oof, 3.5 from Cyprus they are. This outsourcer has been banned from posting jobs on Pros. 2018. What? Okay. They were banned from Pros. I've never heard that even. Like, what the hell did they do? Wow. Okay, that's really strange. You know that there are 2 entries in the last 12 months and they were all positive, but in the past 5 years they were so bad. That's a very bad sign. That would probably put me off to working with them. Of course, I make this video without looking into it at all in before, right? Because I want to go in unbiased, and usually it works out. Usually I can work on the platform. But if I did my research beforehand, what I usually do, if I don't make a video, I would have seen this and I wouldn't even have started. But anyways, let's look at another site for reviews. Maybe we see something else. Katerina K, freelance translator. 1 hour translation for all your needs, 24/7 days a week. 1 hour translation is a leading company in translation and blah, blah, blah. Okay, but that's promptness of reply, quality, deadline. That's just someone from the company, right? That doesn't seem legit. Good translation service. Our company have to translate in different languages a lot of text every month. Usually our text is used in email sent to customers or inside several mobile applications. The feature we like the most is the possibility to talk with the translator about the job done. Okay, nice. There is a direct connection to the client, which I like. That's very good. But this is almost all 2018, 2019, before they were banned on Pros. So I really don't know what happened there. OHD has been changing the terms of conditions on an almost weekly basis, making working for OHD almost impossible to understand. That's what I figured, yeah, because there seems to have been many changes, right? They're trying to maximize short-term profits in exchange for quality. Customers pay 8 cents to OHD, who keeps more than a third of the fee for themselves. Okay, 8 cents for the customer is very, very little. 8 cents should be for the translator, and even that's still quite low. But if you pay on a platform like this, if you pay 8 cents to a translator, that's okay. But if they then keep a third of the fee to themselves, then the translator gets what, like 5 cents or something? I mean, I guess in some countries that's still enough. For me, that wouldn't be enough, but they are reluctant to have any paid staff for quality control. They force translators to review other translations. And while this has worked in the past, their weekly experiments have recently produced a situation in which amateurs are desperate for bonus points by reporting the errors they find, most of the times made up, which are now discounted from the translator's payment. Oh my god, this really seems to be true. This sounds exactly like the last comment, right? That's an incredibly scammy practice. You know, these reviews can always be taken out of context, so be careful when you read them, but when I do the research for my clients and I come across this would be a no-go for me. If you are in the situation where you don't have currently any work, you have more exotic language pairs, give it a shot. Why not? Try it out and let me know in the comments if it works out for you. For me, this is not something I will follow up on, but I still wanted to get this video out to you guys. I hope you enjoyed anyways. Sometimes it's a fail, but that's life. You just learn from it. And I see you next week with a very special video that a lot of you guys requested. It's going to be about AI and machine translation, the future of translators, etc. Coming up. See you then.